the name of it is the Gambia Academy. This is something that I initiated 10 years ago this year with very little means. But my mission was always to try to make an impact on the education system here in the country. I really wanted to be able to contribute to the development of our youth in the Gambia, because I see that that is one of the most viable and sustainable ways that we can change the future and also impact development in the country, is to really work on the minds of young people. And it's in the Gambia, but my mission is beyond even the Gambia. So what I've started in is to develop a curriculum that is very different to the curriculum that we find here in the Gambia in our mainstream education, and also very different to the education systems that we find even in other countries in Africa. Why that's important for me is because of the fact that I find that if we look around this country, let's just take the Gambia, right? We look everywhere we look, there is an opportunity for engagement, an opportunity for development, an opportunity for a new industry. And this is actually the beautiful side of Africa. But what we are very, very, very lacking in this continent in general is actually investing far more into minds, young minds, changing mindsets and getting young people to realize their full and true capacity, not to be job seekers, but to be industry creators, to be those who create those industries. Because for me, it is not forgivable in a nation that has so much, and in the Gambia here we have so much, and other nations in Africa we have so much. It is not forgivable that we need to be importing expertise, importing resources, and also depending on donations and aid when we have everything we need to actually develop our nations from the ground up. So this is the impact that I wanted to make through development of curriculums that will equip young minds to understand first the challenges that they face, that they find themselves born into, but most importantly, giving them the skills, the knowledge, and the tools to change that from the ground up. And that's really the mission behind the Academy.
Well, looking at it, it's not just a school. And this is something new and it is something unique. Now, in a nutshell, what exactly are you teaching the
students? So we cover the curriculum under 5 core banners. We cover sciences, we cover mathematics, we cover literacy, we cover history, and we cover culture. Within those 5 core curriculum units, we actually teach a whole range of subjects that I believe students should come into contact with before they get to grade 12, not after. So this is what we find, as I find a challenge, is that we have a lot of children graduating from grade 12 with a certificate in mathematics, in literacy, whatever you name it, and yet they're unable to get a job. They only have a piece of paper that doesn't get you money, right? It doesn't put a roof over your head or food on the table, right? Then we see where we now have to then look at foreign organizations who come in and invest in these training projects or vocational training to actually teach them how to actually be useful members of society, whether that's going into the industries where it could be construction, or whether we're going into banking, we're going into graphics, or we're going into film, or we're going to creative, whatever industry it is. This always requires further training. And this is a big question mark for me, because we don't have time in Africa, right? We have too much to be done and too little time. So for me, what I'm doing through my education, my curriculum, is I'm bringing and integrating all of those aspects, from engineering, agriculture, solar, electricity, farming, from graphics design to music technology to IT to business management, because a lot of them do business plans and the business management. All of that is integrated within those 5 core. Sciences covers healthcare, it covers engineering, it covers the agriculture that I mentioned, and the mathematics importantly covers a massive wide range of subjects, which includes many of the computing skills. We have filmmakers, we have graphic designers, and so on within those courses. And this is basically teaching you that maths is only useful if you know how to use it. Science is only useful if you know how to use it, because we have graduates at grade 12 who still don't know how to fix a problem in their house. You understand? So this is the type of thing that I find that doesn't make sense, right? There's something that is very broken here. If we are saying that it's okay and we're all clapping for everyone when they graduate, and yet at home, they can't do anything. They're stuck and they need further training in order to develop themselves, to actually know how to actually develop the country and the environment that they're in. So this is what I'm seeking to change. And as I said, Gambia is one place, but I'm also looking at getting this curriculum outside of the Gambia into other nations in Africa, because we have this problem, not just in the Gambia. We have it continent-wide. It's a continent-wide problem.
And then going back a little bit, most of your students, they have to specialize. You provide special counseling to the students to know what particular area they fit to develop their career.
Yes, absolutely. So those of them that are now reaching that senior level, we provide them with the startup capital that they need to start their own businesses. Because what is most important for me, as I told the students, that they graduate the day that they're standing on their 2 feet. They don't need me, that they don't need the academy. That means they're getting a turnover. That means that their company is up and running. So it's very important for me that we get those older students on that ladder, because they have gone through the training that they need to understand. And all of them do IT training, so they get an understanding of how to harness social media, how to use the websites and so on. So this is all the kind of knowledge that they start to use, and then they start to select the particular industries that they want to go in. And they're very different choices that we go on. And there's, you know, I'm very proud that we have students who are from the arts all the way into sciences, and some of them who are interested in journalism, film. We have one that is into cosmetics. So it's a very broad range of interests that we have from students.
That's really incredible. Normally, how many years do they have to pursue a particular field in order to graduate?
At the moment, because I'm developing the curriculum, I'm most interested in younger students coming, because this is not, as I said, I don't want to be trapped into becoming an institution that is doing training projects. And that's something that a lot of the organizations that come with money want me to be, right? To kind of offer these 1 month, 2 years, 6 month training projects. And this is what I'm trying to push back on. We need to stop doing that in Africa. We have to realize that this has to be embedded into the education system from day one. This cannot be like a quick fix. You just try to do something at the end, you know, where you have an education and now you teach this person how to sew. Because sewing, even if you want to be a tailor, learning how to command a machine is not enough. You haven't learned IT skills. You haven't learned business planning. You haven't learned how to put together a CV. You haven't learned how to set up a business. You haven't learned advertising, branding, all these areas that you need to know to actually have a successful business. You've bypassed all of that, right? And you think that let's just do this one thing. But people don't do that in other schools in Europe. Right? From day one, they are starting to cultivate them. From the age of 8 years old, they're cultivating them to become people who understand how to contribute to the ongoing upkeep and development of the nation. So it's happening everywhere, but it's just Africa. Everyone sweeps their mind and just think, let's do a project. Let's do 1 year, 6 months. Let's train them how to run, kick a ball. Let's train them how to shoot a camera for 1 day. You know, this type of mentality has to change. So this is for me about accountability. We need people that are going to come to Africa and invest long term, not for 1 month or 2 months or 1 year or 2 years. We need 10 years. 10 years to know that this curriculum is going to be there from the day this child enters the school at 8 years old until they graduate at 18 years old. There has been no failure along that lines, and that's what I'm looking for. So my students, I'm encouraging now to come at the younger age, below 12, so that we have from the 12 or below up to the 16 years of age, that we can fully give them that rounded education, so that when they reach 16, my students, I want them to know what they're going to do in their life already. And some of them already even started doing their business plans for that.
Is it a boarding school or it's a day school?
It is
in Medina.
Medina Salam, yes. Yes. It's a day school, but we do have people that stay. We have certain students who live very far that do stay. And we are also now on the process of raising funds to actually get a dedicated boarding facility for those students, because it's a long commute for them. We have a school bus that goes every day back and forth, picks them and takes them back on home. So we cater for them from the door to the school and back home again every day. Everything, food, uniforms, books, everything is included.
Because with funding, now we talk of sustainability.
Yes.
Because we realize that most of the projects that we have seen, not only in education, but in other fields, for example, in agriculture and everything.
Yeah.
Now, once the donor money
runs out, yeah,
the project runs.
Exactly.
Sustainability has
Number one.
been a problem.
Absolutely.
Most of the projects we have,
Yep.
be it in agriculture, be it in...
Yes.
Now, how do you intend to
maintain that?
maintain?
Yeah. So, I mean, at the moment, this is actually the main reason you'll find me touring the world, because this has been my main and primary means of keeping the academy alive. So the revenue that I create through my platform on the international stage has been that. And I understand fully well that isn't sustainable, because at some point I need a break. It's a lot of work for me to be raising the money and running the school at the same time. So now what my vision for the school is to make sure that we are, because I am directly tapping into developing industries through the curriculum. So the academy itself starts to become an institution that starts to generate its own turnover in the corporate world, right? Whether it's in agriculture, whether it is in developing designs for things, in shopping out some of our products. For example, we have some of our students who are creating products for hotels and so on. So these are areas that I see as the sustainable part of the academy, because also the corporate companies in the private sector in this country also have a duty to support their own development. Because as I say to them, this is the future of your company even, right? I am developing those future CEOs of your company, so you don't have to hire someone from America or from Europe to come and run your company because you don't want to hire a Gambian. And I hate the fact that I come to Gambia and we see the biggest companies, those at the top are not Gambians still. It's a lack of that. There's a lot of the situations where we don't see the Gambians occupying the top seats in all the most successful companies, right? We see the Gambians lower down that level. And we have to flip that, right? We can have people abroad coming and working for Gambians, right? That's the way I want to see it. But we also have to understand we're not also exposing young Gambians to the right education system to put them on that path to understand how to become a CEO of a company. So for me, that is the sustainability aspect. And also now I'm putting myself, which is already happening, on the level, because we've raised the standard of the education, to also partner with universities and schools internationally who are now actually bringing students to complete portions of their courses at our academy. Because instead of exporting what we have in Africa to them, I say, no, you have to come here. You have to come here. We are not packaging it and making it and you take it. No, come here, invest in the country, raise the economy, contribute to the growth of the academy and the economy of the country. And these are the types of thinkings that I would like us to do much more of, to understand that we are not for sale, right? This is investing. We need people to invest. And they also grab something from it. So the partnerships and the business development that we have at the academy, and of course, at some point, we will look at obviously charging tuition fees to international students, which we do have. I already have an international student population who come regularly. We have international students. So when we grow that side of the business, that will also be sustainable. So there are many different aspects that will make sure that I can retire also. And yes.
The students who are having is tuition free, or they just pay a certain portion?
No, they don't pay anything, not for anything, nothing. Everything is free, yeah. Everything. Transport, food, clothes, books, pens, healthcare, everything. They don't pay anything for anything, yeah. So this is why I work hard and why I perform. People often say, you don't play in Gambia, because I'm too busy raising money to raise. This is what I'm trying to say, you see. People don't understand why I do what I do. And I'm up on that stage because I have a vision for young people here. I have a vision that I need to contribute to. So this is why I go where I can know that I can get the funding to keep these people in school every day. That's why I work the way I do.
Now let's flip.
Yeah.
You're preparing for an upcoming event.
Yeah.
Can you take us through?
Yes, I'm incredibly excited about this event. It's next week, 21st of November. It's going to be the first time I'm performing finally back in the Gambia for a long time. But what is significant to me is that this is an exposure for the students of the Gambia Academy. This is to prove and to show to the world what I have been doing with young people here. And I'm hoping to raise that sense of accountability, that if we are doing it in the academy, other schools need to also start doing this, right? Because we need to see the standard of young people raised. And it's not the fault of the young people. It's the fault of us, the educators, who are not doing enough to also support them to get to where they need to go. So what I'm trying to do now is to demonstrate through the student performances. We have an amazing range of students showcasing their careers, showcasing the things that they're doing, from film to graphics to cosmetics to art to dance to music, of course. We have everything going on, acting, everything. So these are really showing the scope of what we cover in the academy, that any dream is possible and you can achieve it with the right support. So this is a showcase really to the world, what those students are doing. Second half of the show, I will also be performing. I'm bringing my band, so they also come in. So I will give also a performance at the second half of the show.
So it's gonna be in the form of a balcony.
It will, yeah, it's a mix of both, because every time I come, I'm conscious that every time I perform here, I'm always raising money, of course, because of the Academy. Everything is raising money for me. But this time I really wanted to make sure that I got the opportunity for Gambians to attend, because mostly when I host these gala dinners, most average Gambians cannot afford the tickets, and I understand that. So at this, I've mixed both. So we have regular tickets at $400 going up to the platinum tables for those corporate companies that can afford to also support raising money for the Academy. So we cater for everyone at this event. Yeah. To my audience is in the Gambia. This is your time to support. All right, and this is not about me, and this is something that I like to remind people. Yes, I do what I do, but honestly, this is not about me. I see myself as somebody that is a facilitator. I'm facilitating the next generation. These guys will be here after me, long after I'm gone, and so that's the legacy that I want to leave behind. What I can do is only, we only have so much time in this world, right? So what I can do is only as much as what my students can also do, because that is the future. So I'm calling on everyone around Gambia, if you want to support the next generation, this is what I'm calling for. Come and attend the event, not just for the physical money, but also to be inspired. Yeah. To also understand that I'm trying to promote a movement of change. I'm trying to promote the idea of asking for more, of expecting more, of raising the bar. People often tell me, because it's Africa, I have to accept this, this is Gambia. And that's one of the worst things you can tell me. Don't tell me it's Gambia, so I have to lower my standard. If it's Gambia, I'm gonna raise my standard, because my vision for the Gambia is above everywhere. I keep saying, Europeans, you're gonna have a visa. You have to apply for visa to come to Gambia one day. This is my vision, right? So that only happens when we change our mindset and we see the Gambia up at the top. I say the sky is never even the limit, right? But it comes from us. You understand? It comes from us. So this is a chance for Gambians to really see the change that I'm trying to implement and to be part of that movement. And all of you, anyone who feels they can contribute, it's not just about money. Offer your skills, your time, your expertise. If there's anything you can share with the Academy, partner with us, volunteer with us, spend some time with the students and give your knowledge. These are the ways we really come together and unite and build the nation from the ground up.
Final. Again, final. Very tight schedule.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of work. But I cannot sit with Sona and I don't ask this question. What's the latest project you're working on in terms of your music?
There's a new music video coming out, finally. I cannot believe I've rested my whole career on one music video. It's because I'm too busy with the Academy. I don't have time for my career, but I'm very excited that I have a new music video coming out. My other job, apart from performing on the stage, I write music for film. So I have just written the music for a latest film that has been released in New York, and I've shot the music video with a collaboration with an artist from Congo called Luko Kanza, and I'm very excited that video will be coming out in the next 6, maximum 8 weeks. So that's the next new project that's out.